another thing I think is really interesting, Spotify has actually started implementing video into their platform. It's also interesting that Spotify is now is really starting to creep up on Apple for taking a percentage of listeners. How do you see this playing out? Do you see like a huge app war between Apple and Spotify in the future, Travis?
I mean, I think that Spotify has done a huge investment into podcasting because they see the future of how people are consuming content. I think that writing a blog is still good for you in some ways, but it's not as sticky as podcasting is. And I think
Mm.
that doing a YouTube channel is great, but it's time intensive and you can't watch a video anywhere. So I think that Spotify probably had a lot of people coming from different tech companies that said podcasting is really the future here. And I've talked to executives at Spotify and Google, and they predict that in 5 years, every single person and brand will likely have a podcast. So I think that they're doing all the right things. And when you look at the two, there's generally two behemoths in every industry, right? There's Apple and there's
Android
PC,
or yeah.
yeah, or Android, right? And there's generally two people, but Spotify's made some huge investments, and they are creeping in on that Apple number. And I do think Apple has some optimization to do with their charts and some things, but I think they'll always be sort of on top. I mean, it is called a podcast based off of an iPod, right? So I think that they'll always sort of be at the top, just as one of the top device manufacturers in the world. But I was actually looking at some stats today, probably the same thing you were looking at. It was the chart of where people are consuming podcasts.
Mm.
And I think that podcasters get really hung up on making sure they're on every single platform. And this chart actually shows you that about 0.07% of people actually listen to podcasts on iHeartRadio, which a lot of my clients say, I want to be on iHeartRadio. So I can't wait to show them this chart to show them that no one's listening to you on iHeartRadio. Just focus on the main things and keep creating content.
I mean, the flip side though, Travis, is like the opportunity cost is